everybody. Welcome to A Few Moments with the Mayor. I'm Debbie Moore, and alongside Mayor Neville Hall from the City of Eden. And we're going to talk everything Eden tonight.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you, Debbie. Glad to be here.
It's good to have you. And if we seem to be coming at you twice in 1 month, guess what? We are. We had to make up July's at the beginning of August, but we're here tonight, and we hope we stay on track now. But there have been big things happening in the City of Eden. Lots of fun, good family stuff going on.
Good news. Yeah, we've had good news. We've had good events. It's worthy of a second show in a month to discuss some of these things that are going on. So I'm glad to be here and glad to talk about these things.
Well, let's talk about the one I was involved with, because I'm so proud of this one.
As you should be.
Grown and Gathered. And we'll get chance to bring up our photos of Grown and Gathered. Look at that. Wasn't that phenomenal?
What an event. You could just tell by when you walk up on the event and see how it was set up, you could tell it was going to be an extraordinary event, and it was the first time, so you never know what to expect, and it turned out to be more than anybody could expect. It was just a wonderful event. Everybody who went has bragged about what a great time they had.
Okay. Well, while we're looking at this photo, I mean, this is a fantastic photo. This was after it got a little bit dusk, so it turned out to show all the lighting we had out there that night and all the fun stuff we had out there. So that was a lot of fun. Do we have any more chance? I think we had a couple of them. There we go. This is before anybody arrived.
Right, and then the souvenir pottery plates are at each table, at each chair, and just a great looking event, and a great time was had. So congratulations to you and the group who organized it.
Oh, Cindy Adams and I mean, we were glued to each other's hip there for a few days.
You worked hard. It was well attended, and I imagine it will hopefully continue in the future.
It's our hope. It's our hope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's move on. You've got another one that came off 2 days later, and I felt so sorry for Cindy because we had to. I didn't have to work Touch a Truck. So here's the next thing coming up, Touch a Truck.
The following Saturday, down on off Washington Street and Henry Street, we had our annual event called Touch a Truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's where the municipal services and the fire and EMS and police and tow truck company, private tow truck companies, all sorts of people clean up their trucks and bring them downtown and let the kids get in them and climb in them and
those photos are just so
and
cute.
It wasn't just the kids. I was there, and there were plenty of adults pulling on those truck horns. So, and it's just great to see the pride that the different departments have in their equipment. The rescue squad, they have all sorts of their life-saving devices there, and they have those out, and you can see how they work. And the people volunteer their time and come out there on Saturday and explain how the equipment works and what it's for, and it's been a great event. It's grown and it's gotten more and more popular. And the admission to the event is a non-perishable food item that was collected for the kids' backpack program. And at the conclusion of the event, my kids and I helped Randy Hunt and Mike and them load the food, and it literally filled up the truck bed of a pickup truck.
Wow.
So
congratulations then. That's fantastic.
Great side piece to this event. So we're happy that we're able to help with that. So we'll continue to do that event because it's fun and it has a good cause too.
That's right. Well, just this past Tuesday, Congressman Mark Walker came to Eden to present the Community Heroes Award. And before Neville and I speak, we're going to show you the actual presentation of the award to retired Eden PD, Skip Johnson.
That we see sometime. I'm talking about somebody whose actions match his words. And that is why we have the privilege of flying a flag over the United States Capitol in the name to honor Mr. Skip Johnson as our Community Hero of the Month. So without further ado, we'd like to present this flag and this award to Mr. Skip Johnson here from Eden, North Carolina. God bless you, Skip. Come on up here. I know that's probably not true. Come on, Skip. We'll make the other lady. I'll sit up here with you. We knew we had the right person because he didn't want to do this. He didn't want this kind of attention. And our district director, Julie Emmons, she kind of had to put the clamps on you, I guess, to get you to do this.
She worked about 30 minutes on the phone convincing me that I would be here.
Well, wouldn't you like to hear about at least 30 seconds or something from Skip? He's the hero today. Give him a hand. Shut up there.
I would say, number one, that if my choir over there broke out on a gospel song, I'd be at my funeral, because all
Can we lead him in something? I can do that.
No, but honestly, it's I'm truly humbled, and I'm thankful to you and Julie, and also Marie. I'm really not thankful to these two. Because truly, when you do things, like you say, you don't do it for a pat on the back, you know. I spend a lot of times in.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that was quite an honor for Skip and for the city of Eden. I mean, he served Eden as an Eden policeman for almost 30 years and retired, but the award wasn't given for that. The award was given to Skip for the things he's done after retirement. He's so involved with so many groups that he's active with behind the scenes usually.
Yeah.
With Boys and Girls Club events, fundraisers.
Those are the ones that do the most work.
Yeah, and he just quietly does it, and was reluctant to accept this award, but Mark Walker's office wanted to do that, and we were glad they were able to be there. They presented him with the flag that was flown over the Capitol, and couldn't be more deserving, and we're just proud that he got the award. So.
Well, it was I got, by the way, that was my video. I actually filmed the whole thing, and I think Mark showed you the entirety of it yesterday, possibly. But Skip can tell you some absolutely phenomenal, funny stories. He had us all in stitches. So I hope that video, actually, the full video, eventually gets to play completely again. But now, let's move on, because you guys at City Council did something the other night.
Yeah, we met last week, and as always, we have a lot of topics to cover. But one thing I wanted to point out and mention is that we did vote, we approved we're going to have the sidewalk construction to begin from Pierce Street and Stadium Drive, that will go all the way from basically where the football stadium is at the high school. It will go all the way down Stadium Drive to Freedom Park. This is a heavily traveled foot traffic because of the school system, because of the kids that go back and forth from Central to Holmes or Moorhead. That road is heavily foot traveled, and we're always looking for connectivity with the sidewalks. The problem is it's so expensive to build sidewalks. With this particular project, we're going to have about 80% of this is going to be funded by the North Carolina Department of Transportation. So we were very fortunate to have them take the lead, basically, and agree to pretty much fund the thing. So this is a sidewalk that we've wanted for many years, and now that they're willing to partner with us on the funding, we're finally able to do it, and we're just excited that it'll start construction. It will be next year before it's finished, because it is a big project, and they got to go across, some right-of-way stuff. But
sure.
A lot of it is already public land because of the school.
But that's going to be such a safety feature.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of those kids will leave school and then they'll go up to Freedom Park.
That's the idea. We'll have crosswalk there.
And be able to walk and enjoy themselves.
And as you come down Stadium Drive on what will be the new sidewalk, if you take a left at City Hall, there's sidewalks there all the way to Leaksville.
Right.
So, I mean, our connectivity is getting better and better, and it just takes a long time because of the expense. I mean, you're talking about $500,000 worth of sidewalk.
Right.
Just for that section. So, I mean, you have to budget for that and plan many years down the road. And like I said, we've been talking about this section for a long time, and finally we're going to move forward with it, and we're just glad of that.
Well, there's something else that's coming up, 622 Washington Street. We've talked to you guys about that too. It's up for bid.
Yeah, it's almost finished with the rain we've had in the last couple weeks. They had a little bit of delay on the roof, but it's basically finished. They're going to put some windows in on the second story, and then it's the city's objective is to sell the property and hopefully have a new business downtown would be great. The reason I bring it up is that we have an upset bid process. We already have received one bid for the property, and once we have a bid, we have an upset bid time of 10 days. And this particular 10 days will expire on Tuesday, September the 4th. So if you're interested in making an upset bid or looking at the property, maybe considering making a bid, if you'll contact Kelly Stoltz at the planning department, you have until Tuesday, I think it's 4 o'clock, to submit a bid, and then that would start the upset bid process again. But this is a building that's been rehabbed. It's in structurally sound condition now, and hopefully somebody, like I said, will come in downtown and open a new business or have a good use for that. But if you're interested in that, go by and see Kelly Stoltz or call her, and she can meet you at the place, and then hopefully make another bid, and we'll sell the property.
Absolutely. So that's 622 Washington Street. If you're interested in purchasing a building in downtown Eden, that's in the Leaksville area.
Yep.
Get hold of Kelly Stoltz before 4 o'clock on Tuesday, September the 4th, correct?
Yep, please.
Wow. And then you've gotten some Home Trust grant money.
We did receive 2 grants from the Home Trust Endowment. Randy Hunt and the other city workers had worked these grants for a while, and we're fortunate we got 2 of those. One of them is for the beautification, or the striping and beautification of the parking lot that's on Bridge Street, the new municipal parking lot that we just paved. So some of that money will go towards finishing that project. And then the other part will be used as a partnership with the Eden Preservation Society and the Eden Rotary Club, and we're going to install a Luther Hodges exhibit at City Hall. Luther Hodges was the Eden Rotary president. He was the Rotary International president, and in addition to being the governor of North Carolina, he was the U.S. Secretary of Commerce. And he was one that, I didn't know this, he was one of the founders of the Research Triangle Park. So
wow,
he,
busy man.
He was a very important person in this area and in the country. So it's fitting that he'll be honored, and this money that Home Trust Endowment will enable us to build and display the exhibit that it's worthy in City Hall. So we're excited about those 2 grants, and hopefully we can make the best of them.
Absolutely. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, we need to talk about the Boulevard and Draper.
Right, yep, because like I say, we've had a couple of events downtown in Leaksville, and that's not the only place things are happening. Things are happening in all parts of our city, and especially on the Boulevard. Like I've said a couple of times, we got some pretty active merchants that are really doing what they can to make the Boulevard back to life, and the business owners are also doing what they can with the rehabbing the properties and trying to beautify the place. They had the food truck rodeo there.
That was fun.
That was, and then they had a Cars and Crabs thing, and they actually used the proceeds from each of those events to now start building some flower planters down there. Like I said, they're just trying to get the ball rolling. They're going to try to do another Cars and Crabs November the 10th, and then there's plans for a multicultural festival on October the 13th, and I'm sure you'll hear more about that. But just the fact that the Boulevard is becoming a place that people can go to and find something to do. So I just wanted to mention that the Boulevard is doing what it is, and then in the Draper section, as you mentioned, there's things happening there too. What we call the Fieldcrest Public Space. It was formerly known as the Pocket Park.
Right.
This is where we're going to have we're going to have the Pocket Park, but it's more of a place to go relax as opposed to a park. It's not something that, when you think of a park. So just decided that it would be more fitting to call it a public space where you can go in and just sit there and relax. There are benches and flowers, and there's a new sign that'll be there that'll be lighted, and it's part of our branding efforts there. So the beautification of downtown Draper is important to us, and we want everybody to know that all parts of Eden are important to the council, and we continue to try to help any of them we can, any way we can.
Right. And I know it's got to be difficult. It used to be all these little distinct areas, and it became one, but each little area still wants their own identity to a certain extent, and they don't want their little downtowns to disappear.
Yeah, well, as we know, that creates a little bit of a hardship when you have more than one downtown area to consider.
Yes, it does.
And but it's been almost 51 years since we consolidated. I got to believe that now we can all consider ourselves Eden. And
I hope so.
But I understand the history in each of those areas, and they want to maintain that, and we do too. You just do what you can with the funding that you have. And then the bottom line is when things open in these areas, or businesses or restaurants open, it's dependent on the citizens to go to that area and eat or shop.
Exactly.
If you can't continue to go to Highway 14 and wonder why no business makes it on the boulevard.
Exactly.
You have to go shop local.
You have to shop local. All right, speaking of shopping and local and all other things economical or economic, let's talk about the Mega Park.
Yeah, as always, the Mega Park is an exciting possibility for us with our partnership with the Commonwealth of Virginia. There has been an increased amount of activity and interest in the park very recently. The Commonwealth is continuing to work hard there, and they are anticipating good things there sooner rather than later, and which will be to our benefit. So we're excited about that. But let me go back to shopping local, because I do want to mention that there's a business that's opening tomorrow morning on Meadow Road in Eden. It's Ray's Bait and Tackle. You've heard of it before, but they closed for a while. They're reopening tomorrow, and I'm sure there are plenty of hunters and fishermen that are excited about having that store back open again. Another local business that will be opening tomorrow with new ownership, and go by and see them and get you some bait worms.
There you go. Get your fishing tackle, I guess you can get your fishing license and stuff there too.
I would say so, yeah.
You know, and get ready for the fall, because I know that's a lot of hunting stuff that comes up in the fall.
Yeah.
But that's a good place to keep your dollars local.
Yep. And you know, I did want to mention that I was looking on the website, the city's website, and talking with Mike Doherty about some of the economic things that are happening in the city, and we discussed, and I told him I'd mention this tonight on the air, just a sample of some of the area companies that are hiring. If you listen to this is pretty impressive. If you're looking for a job, if you go by these places: Gildan, KDH Defense Systems, Loparex, Lowe's Home Improvement, Glass Dynamics, the Hampton Inn, Delici Frozen Yogurt, Cookout, and Papa John's. All those are hiring, and you can also visit Ameristaff, where they have stated they have all levels of jobs available. So it's not all just fast food jobs, and
right.
There's a range of jobs that are available, and if you want to work, you can go by these places or go to Ameristaff and tell them what you're capable of doing, and they'll match you with the job that's right for you, and then you can spend your money at Ray's Bait and Tackle.
There you go. You can keep your dollars right here in Rockingham County, where they belong.
That's right.
I preach it all the time. If you spend your money at Wally World, and I'm not picking on Wally World, but if you spend your money somewhere like that, your money's not staying in our county. It's shipped off to, I guess, Arkansas, wherever their headquarters are. But when you visit our mom and pops, like Ray's Bait and Tackle, and any of the other small businesses, like the Front Porch, if you visit those kinds of places, those dollars stay in this county, and they are recycled and reused right here in this county, because that's where they live, that's where they shop, and that's where they need to be.
Well,
sorry, I was preaching.
That's okay. But you're right, though.
I kind of get on my high horse about shopping local, because to me it's an extremely important thing. To me, Main Street is where our dollars need to stay.
Well, that and you get quality service, you get quality products.
Yes.
You don't have to travel to find things.
No, you don't.
You can find about anything you need right here in
Rockingham
North Carolina
County.
and Rockingham County. So.
Exactly. You don't have to leave our county, and in some cases you don't even have to leave the city of Eden.
Right.
You know, it's just one of those cool things. All right, we got to talk about some upcoming events too.
Right, we do, and we normally do these in our order of the date that's coming up, but we're going to flip this. We don't have many to talk about this time, but I'm going to put this one first, and then we'll go to the next one, which is going to take a little more time. Because it's our biggest event. But on Saturday, September the 29th, is at 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning, there's Cars and Coffee. It's at Family Video in Eden, and they do this on the last Saturday of each month, and this particular, in September, it happens to be the last one.
Last one.
September the 29th, 8 to 10, Cars and Coffee. They've been having more and more cars and more participation. So if you go there at 8 o'clock, Saturday the 29th, then you can enjoy the cars and a cup of coffee.
And a cup of coffee.
All right. Then the last event.
This is the last event, and so, Chance, this is our last thing coming up. There we go. The biggie. the be-all, end-all
Yeah. Well,
event.
this is our signature event that draws more than any other event to our area, and it's coming up very quickly, and we're just excited that Riverfest is September the 14th and 15th. On Friday the 14th, it lasts from 5 until 10 p.m., and then on Saturday, it lasts from 10 in the morning until 10 at night. They have bands, they have games. I'll let you read some of the things that are new.
Oh my goodness, virtual kayak. That sounds fun, especially for those of us that love to be on the water, but I've never done a kayak. Of course, the river excursions with 3 rivers. But coming new this year is the butterfly. Where is that? The butterfly encounter. That is new, and the race car simulator.
Yeah.
So those 2 things are something new that's been added. And of course, everybody loves the Carolina Raptors with the bird release, and that will happen again this year
Right.
too.
And I'm not exactly sure what it consists of, but there's a beard and mustache contest.
I heard about that.
Maybe Richard should get in.
Maybe he should. He could definitely go for the beard part.
And I was just going to mention too that the band on Friday night is called Pizzazz. That'll be the main stage Friday night, and then on Saturday, the main stage band will be called. They're On the Border. They do an Ultimate Eagles tribute.
They are so good. I've heard them.
You're right. And throughout the day, all day long, there are 2 stages of live music with local artists that go all day, and it's a great time to come out and see some of the talent that's right here from our area. And as always, admission's free, as is a shuttle. Shuttles are available to and from the event. Ton of good food. It's just a bunch of, there are things to do. There's face painting, or artisans and craftsmen, and there are always nonprofit groups down there
Absolutely.
seeking to
And I have a feeling there'll
help
be
you.
a lot of politicians this time too.
It is election season.
It is election season. Also, for more information, folks, and you can come back to us. For more information, I think it's visit Eden NC. No, it's
Explore.
ExploreEdenNC.com.
You're right.
ExploreEdenNC.com. The bands are listed there, the times they'll be playing. All the other events are listed there, the parking layout, where you can catch the shuttle. So it's all up there for you, and I can tell you from years past, it is a fantastic event. I, however, will not be able to be there this year.
Well, we'll miss you. This is the
I'll
15th
miss it. I'll be at the beach though, so
That's
I'm not
all
so
right.
sure how
You'll
much
be-
I'm going to miss it.
Well, it's the 15th year, and it's grown each year.
It
So
has.
it just it's a premier event, and we wanted to make sure everybody is
Right.
aware of the date and time.
Cindy Adams does a phenomenal job putting this together, but she would also want me to say, without Public Works
Oh, yeah.
and all the volunteers,
Parks and Rec people.
Parks and Rec people,
This is a
this is a
citywide
citywide
family event.
Absolutely. But Cindy does take the lead on this, but she's the most organized woman I've ever known in my life,
Wow.
or person
All
I've ever
right.
known in my life. She's fantastic, and I have to give her the kudos
Right.
because she and I just pulled off this other event, and I know her skill level. So let me tell you,
It's
it's a lot of blood, sweat, tears, but it's a labor of love, as we say.
we're fortunate to have her and all the employees
All
we
the
have in our
employees you
city.
have,
We
I've not run into one yet that I
Yeah.
haven't been able to
They
work
all
with.
have the city's best interests at heart,
Yes,
and,
they
and
do.
we're just fortunate that our little city is plugging along.
Plugging along. Well, wow, we got through this, and his son is playing football tonight at Moorhead, so we're going to cut out just a little early so we can get him there before kickoff.
I think I can make it.
I think you can. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Debbie. Good night.
Happy Labor Day weekend, folks. We'll see you in September. I'm Debbie Moore with Mayor Neville, and we'll see you next month.